Welkom allemaal bij de halve finale van Present Your Startup. Welcome everybody to the semifinals. Welcome. It's the 1st of April and like I told you on social media, it's not a joke that we have the semifinals online today. It's sort of a hybrid form because we have a part of our jury members here and a part of our jury members at home. We also have participants here and some participants at home. So technically it's a little bit of a challenge for us, but I think it will be okay. Well, first of all, we have live Q&A by 3 jury members. And if you like to ask questions, you can use the chat and we will answer them. And that's through YouTube. We have here the follow order for the startups, the pitches. You can find it here. The pitch from Movely will be first, then the pitch of Womp, the pitch of Omniwind, pitch of Bouwboom, and the pitch of Limeg. Then we have a short break, and then we tune in with the pitch of one app through Zoom. And then we have a jury deliberation, and we announce who will be the finalists. Well, it's 2021, and for me sometimes it is like 2020 doesn't exist, but it is. So if I talk about last year, most of the time it is 2019. Since 2014, we started Present Your Startup, and during the years we become more professional and learned a lot ourselves too. So this is one of the first times I do the semifinals, again the presentation, but I used to do it in the beginning always myself. And here you see some pictures of the last 7 years of Present Your Startup. What did the participants? We had an academy in March of 5 days, very intensive days. And we were a little bit creative. We asked the participants to come to the hotel and follow the trainings on their hotel room, while the trainers were in a big room. But during the breaks and during the one-on-ones, we came together. So that's why we still had a nice bond together and we learned a lot. So the first day we had the business model canvas. The second day we talked about different sorts of financial modeling. And the third day we did the pitch training and a legal part from our partner Kuster Advocaten. And the fourth day we had some one-on-one coaching and the dry run of pitches. And the fifth day we had a demo day and everybody was good enough to do the semifinals. And that's today. What will happen after the semifinals? We choose the finalists and we know this afternoon. And then we have in May, hopefully, a live investor dinner. So if you like one of the pitches here, you can send us a message and apply for the investor dinner. After that, we will have the finalists on a video and a lot of exposure. And then we have the finals in July. So now, the jury members of today. Peter Vonk is sitting on a chair through a laptop. Hi, Peter. How are you? You're on a beach. And Jacqueline van den Ende van Carbon Equity. How are you?
Good. Nice to be here.
Yes, very good. And Prakash Rostam. Well, investor, entrepreneur, everything. So welcome too. Thank you that you're here.
Glad to be here.
Okay. Well, now we came to see all the pitches. So let's pitch. So I will announce the first and very important startup, a female founder, Cammy Breveld from Movely. Give her a warm applause. The clicker. Yes.
Hi, I'm Cammy from Movely. Imagine a beautiful summer night, barbecuing with friends. Afterwards, you express, we must do this more often. So, why don't we? In our experience, there are many roadblocks in group gatherings. Imagine group communication, but also coordination. What do we do? Where do we go? What do we need? And after that, the administration, maybe splitting bills. Also, it's always one person who takes on most responsibility. So let's make that easier. We tested our hypothesis with our own app, and we got the solution through crowdsourcing. So let's take you through an example for crowdsourcing. Now go through our app, Movely, and we organize a family weekend. This weekend, you invite your family members, but you don't need to do everything yourself anymore. You now only have to give Movely access, and there we split the tasks, even do the groceries, and we make sure that everyone works good together. So leaving room for what's super important, meaningful connections. Now let's talk about the numbers. In only 3 months, we helped 500 people set up 63 get-togethers for barbecue, going to the beach, or even a weekend trip. And our next step in development is that we would like to onboard 50,000 users based on our current network of dancers, and later branch out through other activities and hobbies to connect more families and friends. So imagine what this could mean just for a city as Rotterdam. We can bring together more than 200 active users, and in the Netherlands, over 6 million users is the growth of this market. And this is awesome, but how do we generate revenue out of this? We saw that people made grocery lists, that they rented equipment, and they loved the blueprint that we laid out for them. So we see an opportunity in cross-selling, for example, commission over a sold product through our app, but also advertisement, or even in the future, a premium model. With our amazing and multi-talented team, we are now looking for a partner who is looking for the same common belief, meaningful connections, who can share experience on the business model, and who is willing to invest 150,000 euro. So who would you like to see more often, without any hassle? My name is Kemi. Thank you. Yes. Oh yeah, I'm going away.
If the jury has any questions.
Kan je een klein stukje opschrijven, want ik zie nu... Zo.
Yeah, I'd be curious, Kemi. Do I pronounce your name correctly, Kemi? Yeah. Okay,
Yes, thank
cool.
you.
What was your personal motivation to get this started? Why is this a problem that you are passionate about and sort of would want to spend the next, 5 to 10 years of your life solving?
Yes, so actually I'm the one who always gets screwed.
You're the organizer.
Yes, I'm the organizer. I'm the one, since I was young, bringing people together because I love the end result, which is the meaningful connection. And therefore I accepted the things that I needed to do, but in experience there was also experiencing less fun, being busy. And also I even made it my work. We now organize events since many years. So I'm an entrepreneur in background solving this kind of stuff. But what I would really like is that a lot of people can enjoy their group gathering.
Cool. Great.
Does any of you have professional experience in event organizing?
Yes, I do. And my business partner, Gian, he got to our business like 2 years ago. And Michael here, he is actually a dance teacher, besides all the other that he does.
What are the skills of your team and how are you complementary as a team?
Yeah, so I have a background in business and organization, later expanded to branding and communication and marketing. Gian has a background in finances. Maybe you can share a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a CPA, registered accountant. So that's my background, and I'm also a financial controller. So I'm all about the numbers. Yeah, that's and we have been organizing dance events for many years now. That's what we also do. Yeah, Mike.
And for me, it's user experience design. That's my main thing: gamification and user experience design, user engagement. And besides that, I'm also a dance teacher, so I also organized classes, get-togethers, and even a festival at one point.
I have another question. So if I understand correctly, you already have a beta version of the app, and it's working perfectly. What are the challenges you have experienced till now? And is it my understanding that most of the funds you're seeking for now will be spent on further development of this application?
Yes, it's correct that we will spend it on development. The first beta version we have now, there's a lot not automated yet. Because the automations take time, development, so money. So when we did the test, we were running around doing a lot of manual hand stuff. So yes.
What are the biggest risks you see? You know, looking ahead at the next 12 months, what are the biggest risks of things that might not go well?
Well, actually for me it's timing. I think after the first, like the corona crisis right now, people really are wanting to see more people. And I think if we can get that wave, that if we can get this timing, then that will be great. So our risk can be not getting the funds, not getting to development, going maybe even too late to market. I think it's never too late because it's a great product, but we of course want to ride this wave of people wanting to join. Also maybe not allowed to get together with more than 10 people or 20 or 30, and then this is perfect because we also set a limit next year. We did it testing during Corona. We could set a limit to the amount of people who could join the event.
Mag ik een vraag stellen? Okay, I'll do it in English. Hello. I couldn't see the screens very well, so maybe there was an answer to my question already on the screen, but I will ask my question maybe again. The difference between your product and, let's say, a WhatsApp group, which I use often, and many of us will do, I think, for organizing little events and making some appointments about that. Why would people be willing to pay for your product if there is already WhatsApp groups and similar facilities in the market?
Yes, thank you for your question. On the screen you saw that the notifications, they were going up. There's actually a lot. I think communication is a skill itself. You might recognize it, someone asking a question, then there's other topics, and then there's no answer to this question. So this is a common pain, experiencing, trying to get something done through WhatsApp. So there's many notifications, many ruis, what's the right word? Yeah, and therefore also it stops in only communication. There's no coordination. So in this app there's a real-time boodschappenlijst, grocery list. Therefore you can stripe what you're going to do. I will bring the barbecue, I will bring the music box, and therefore it is super easy to really set everything together without annoying with notifications.
What's the most
for groups above 10 or 15 people, it's more efficient to use your product and maybe pay for it. And is that your target group as well?
Yes, that is the target group. So it is for bigger groups. I think I would say from 8, then that is happening.
All right. Okay, I've got another question. You asked 150,000 euros for investing in your company. Mm-hmm. What are you going to invest in? In what different parts?
Yes, so I think we already got a big part of the market, marketing skills, branding. We have our website, so we already do have a lot of stuff. So we want to really use this for development. And during using this for development, we want to learn. We want to be able to turn to see where the need of the people are and then develop on that further. So it's not spent in one, it will be spent in more phases, so we can adjust while making this app and people using it.
All right. Last question. What do you offer to investors if they invest 150,000 K in your company?
Well, besides a wonderful journey, this will be aandelen, shares into the company.
How many?
20%.
All right. So you think your company is worth 750,000 euros at the moment?
Well, this is of course a startup discussion, but yes, definitely, and more in the future.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
One final question maybe on the business model. So I think one of the challenges is you can't, probably charge a subscription right away because otherwise people will not switch away from the WhatsApp groups. You mentioned a couple of revenue opportunities. What is the lowest hanging fruit? What's like the most immediate revenue opportunity?
We see that people do their groceries immediately. So if we can work together with a company that says, okay, click and then bring our groceries, then we can get a commission out of that. But also other relevant stuff, like if they want a cake from the bakery, we get something of the bakery. If they go to Center Parks and they will have a filled refrigerator already, this is something that where we can get a commission of.
I have one final question. Looking at it from a business development perspective, I see your target group is the Netherlands, but have you thought about long-term strategies to expand internationally?
Definitely. This is, I think, our realistic first step. And yes, I think this is a good product and also a problem all over the world.
Thank you very much. A warm applause. Okay. Sorry. The next startup we're going to announce is Robin van Woomp. And I'm going to fix the clicker a little bit with and a warm applause for Robin from Woomp. Woohoo!
Hello everybody, I'm Robin from Woomp. Probably I'm not the only one who likes new technologies, but I found myself wasting a lot of time to find prices I dare to share with my wife. And this made me think, why can't I just state my price and let shops find me? It was this idea that created Woomp, a matchmaking service designed to change the game. You see, overproduction is a serious problem and one of our biggest challenges. But imagine, when you have better visibility on demand, can this result in less abuse of our resources? I'm sure it can. And that's why we're creating our demand-driven marketplace. This helps businesses with new tools and insights to help them sell and create, and it brings consumers easier access to electronics. So, our mission is to empower businesses, gain more insights into current market demand, and enable them to respond to it. This helps them to cut on overhead costs and fight surpluses. To do this, we are serving our consumers a price comparing wish list. Just choose the product that you want, set your desired price, and get notified when we find a match. For income, we ask a commission through partner programs. And at a later stage, we plan to implement a database subscriptional fee and a pay per search. This is us. After 22 years in technology, I chose to quit my job and create Woomph. I do this together with my wife, who handles administration, and Bas for marketing. With quite some investments already, we've launched our consumer wishlist MVP. This enables us to collect our own metrics, such as types of wishes, their pricing, and quantities. To stay fair, though, we're still working hard to build more traction. Our ambition is huge, to become the #1 platform in public demand worldwide. Our competitors include Wish, Arzu, and ShopSavvy, yet we take a unique approach that assists in the digital transformation of businesses, offering them a reverse auction platform. We're looking for finance and guidance to achieve our goals. This allows us to create the best suited interface for businesses and to get the platform known, better, and more engaging. Thank you.
Does any of the team members have experience in e-commerce?
Not that much. No,
Not yet.
not yet.
And can you explain a bit about your current experience with the traction? I mean, you mentioned you're still working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it, and we currently serve 40 registered users, but that's not enough to bring businesses to the platform. So we had to start somewhere, and that's.
So what's your expectation for the coming period, coming next year?
For the coming next year?
Yes.
Well, depending on possible investments, I'm thinking we can definitely reach 100,000 at the end of the year.
And that is based on data, on market research, or what?
I have to go with a lot of gut feeling over here, but then again, when I look at statistics from Arzu,
Yeah.
they skyrocketed.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Well, can you tell me a little bit more about the experience from a consumer point of view? Say I want to buy a particular Apple laptop. What is the experience I would have on Woomph? So why would I use Woomph, and what would be my user journey?
Well, first of all, everybody wants cool Apple devices, I guess. So the first thing is that mostly when you have a partner, one of both partners easily spends his money and the other one tries to keep it a bit tighter. So do I. And I think that for people who, those are practical shoppers, so you know how much you want to spend on a product. And basically you want to get a notification when somebody in the market offers your exact wish for the price you stated.
So basically I would say I want a silver Mac of a certain year, and then I will get offers from your retailers to offer the laptop to me at a certain price, and they bid for the lowest price.
Exactly.
Right, okay. Okay, interesting. And how many retailers do you have on the platform right now?
Right now I'm using Google Shopping to serve at least some form of a working app. When a price on the internet goes down, then you get a notification already. But to attract the bigger retailers, you need more traction. So that's the catch-22.
And what are the retailers that you want to attract? Are these the online retailers like Coolblue and Bol.com, or are these the big offline retailers like MediaMarkt, or really the small retailers?
The small retailers, definitely, but also the bigger retailers. Everybody that needs to sell their products because otherwise it's forming a surplus, well, is an interesting client to me. Yeah.
Would you say that you're surfing, looking at the target market target, you're surfing the customers, or you're serving the retailers more than customers?
I'm serving both parties.
Okay.
Yeah.
But who is more important?
It's hard to say, because the biggest issue still remains to me that we're creating goods, burning goods, and I'm not sure if I can, who's responsible for that? Is it the consumer or is it the producer? So I can't choose which one is more important to me.
Could you explain in more detail why you think that the WOMP model will reduce overproduction?
Because it makes it easier to see the current market demand. When you see how much people are paying for, want to pay for a product. Well, say I have a store with apples, of course. Then and I see somebody is bidding or offering me to buy it for a certain price point. I can go ahead and make the deal happen, or I can leave it linger in my and wait till somebody else comes along and buys it for me for a way lower price.
And what is your revenue model?
The revenue model, the business model, of course we're starting with commission from partnering programs. Currently we're using Link Pizza for that. But yeah, after a while we want to enable a subscriptional fee on the database, and maybe a pay-per search, because high volume industries, they have to pay more, of course, than a small shop that,
One last question. You mentioned some competitors already. So what would be your unique selling point in comparison with your competitors?
Well, I think the biggest change to our competitors is, instead of taking the supply kind of route, we're taking more the demand kind of route. So we're basically focusing on demand itself.
Do you want to ask a question?
No, I have no questions for the speech.
Okay.
I have one more question, perhaps. As a store, I'm kind of busy, right? Why would I can put up my own website and customers will come to my website, and from there on, I can do my business. In this case, I need to be looking across your website and see and make a bid, or doesn't work that way?
It's kind of different, because I want to give easy access to store owners, so they can just download a Winkelmaat app, and from there they can set their own notifications for products they're currently serving. So when somebody is asking for it, they can get notified, so they don't have to check themselves all the time.
So they get a notification, then they make a price offer.
Exactly.
All right. I'm very curious what stores will say about this and whether that is their preferred way of working. But the proof is in the pudding. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Cool.
Okay. Then a warm applause. And the next startup is Omniwind with Pranav. Here you can clean. And Pranav has a very special startup with a lot of development already. And I see he's bringing something to this side, so I'm very curious about that. A warm applause for Pranav. And if you're ready, you can go ahead.
Yes. I'll just check the clicker a bit. Yes, it works. Hi, I'm Pranav, and I am the co-founder of OmniWind, a small wind startup. 75% of our energy consumed is in the cities, and 80% of that comes from the fossil fuels. Energy transition is the greatest challenge of this century, and in order to make this possible, we need 300% growth in solar and wind, and most of that growth will come from off-grid solar panels and small wind turbines. Whenever we say wind turbines, people think of the big ones, but we here are focusing on small rooftop turbines. There is a lot of wind in the Netherlands. If all of it is used, then we can power 18 million homes for the whole year. Then why are we not doing it? We are not doing it because of low power output from small wind turbines. And that is the exact problem we are trying to solve. Our product will improve the power output from existing small wind turbines. And what it will do is it will increase the velocity of the wind moving towards the turbines, and that is how it will extract more power from it. There are 3 advantages of the product. Customers can go off-grid, they can reduce CO2 emissions, and they can save electricity bills. Our computer simulations has proved that we can increase the power output by 4 times, but our target is to reach 8 times. The market size of this small wind turbines is almost 1.8 billion by 2025, and the annual growth rate is 14%. Our business model is simple. We sell to existing manufacturers, and our revenues will come from unit sales and repairs. And we have already a leading Dutch manufacturer who's interested in co-creating the product with us. This is the amazing team which is going to make this mission possible. We have got entrepreneurial experience, we have industrial experience, we have financial expertise and technical expertise. And it is a great group of initiators and finishers. Our sales is going to be 42 million by 2026, and we are going to do it by selling 42,000 units. We need an investment of 150K in this year, and most of the expenditure will go towards R&D. We are OmniWind, and we want our cities to breathe again. Please join our journey to make this planet more green. Thank you.
Great. I think you're solving a very relevant problem. I like that. So I would just like to understand slightly better how it works, because you don't create yourself a small wind turbine, but you make small wind turbines more effective, right?
Yes.
How does that work? Can you explain a little bit about the technology behind this?
Yes, we are making and you're right, we are making an add-on to the wind turbines, and we are going to use the principle of Venturi effect. Basically, what we are doing is we are going to use the top and we are making the top and the bottom of the wind turbine. So what happens is when the air flows goes from a wider entry into a narrow entry, the speed increases, and the dependency is almost V raised to 3 times. So for example, if you can increase the velocity by 2 times, you can increase the power output by 8 times.
And Pranav, what would prevent other manufacturers from, copying this technology and integrating it into the wind turbine themselves?
Yeah, the thing is, this is not the only innovation you can do. There are a lot of other innovations which can improve the power output of the turbine. But we are focusing on one particular thing, which is the most important one. So I believe that they would be more than happy that if a company does specialize in this and then supplies it. Also, how I know is that the wind industry, how it works is that the main turbine manufacturer, they don't produce most of the parts. They outsource most of the things. So it is usually it's my experience that it works like that. There is a supplier specialized in one thing and we provide it to them.
What is IP protected about your product?
It's not reached at that level yet, but we are going to apply for it the moment when we are at that level.
Is this your background? Is this your field of expertise?
Yes, I would say I'm in energy sector since I'm 19 years old. Yeah. I'm 35 now. I worked for 6 years in oil and gas and 2 years in wind industry for a very big company. And this is my second wind startup.
Cool. Sure.
And is this system already applied, or variety of this system somewhere in the world held? Maybe.
Yes and no. Okay. There is a system, but I just don't want to. The focus is on a different kind of turbine. There are two types of turbines: is the horizontal and vertical. The focus is on the other one actually.
You mentioned that you already spoke with a manufacturing company here, and who's willing to partner up with you. Would that be an exclusive contract to manufacture, or what did you have in mind?
Yeah, that's what we had two assumptions in mind. Yeah. We were expecting that we have to sell it to existing manufacturer, and second, we were expecting that they will ask for exclusivity, and that's exactly what happened. First I called the company, and immediately in 2 days the MD of the company called me, and then he said that yes, we are interested in this product, but we would like to have exclusivity. So he was very keen on it actually.
And is he a potential investor as well, or?
That's what he said. He said if you can make it a little bit more tangible, we can help you make the product, and we can also invest in you.
So are you going to give exclusivity?
We haven't thought about it yet, but even if we give it, it would be for a limited time. It would not be for a long time. I believe we have to do it in a way that my company doesn't get, it should not be a bottleneck for my company. So it should be, as long as it serves as a platform for us, for a young startup like us, at the same time, it should not become a bottleneck for our future growth. If these two conditions are met, I will go for it.
And who are your closest competitors? How unique is this technology?
It is pretty unique. The thing is, what we saw in the market is that if we position ourselves as turbine manufacturers, there are 31 of them in the market already. But if you position yourself as this specialized product towards it, then there is only one or two, one in UK and one in US. So that's why we chose this space where the competition is less.
Is it my understanding that you will be using the majority of your funds in research and development in order to register the patent to bring it up to that level? Is it correct, or?
Yeah, the first thing is we are in touch with Delft University, but not very, still initial way. But the first thing is to set up a project with them, and to bring it, and then within a few months bring it to a level where we can patent it. But we will apply much earlier than we reach that level, because to secure the idea.
Because I was wondering, as you were presenting, if you are already collaborating with universities, because this is a pretty hot item. A lot of research have been done on this field. Of course, there is a lot of the field to be explored, yes. Yet. But I was wondering, I mean, this system, it's innovative, yes, but it has proven that it works, and how has it proven that it works? I mean, do you have
From
data?
computer simulations,
Okay.
because the wind turbines is not a new product to the world, the simulators are very accurate already. And what we did is we gave this problem to two different experts, one in-house and one from outside. And from both of them, the results were favorable. So that was
Interesting. What is your current traction?
yeah, it's to be honest, we are a very new company, and so we just started a couple of months ago. So as we said that we only contacted two companies, and one company, the one I told you what he wanted exclusivity, but he almost said to me that you will not be interesting to us the moment you contact someone else. So I'm a bit thinking about, so that's the traction.
I think that's bullshit. If you have a wonderful product, then they will still be interested even if you contact other people. So don't be intimidated by that, I would say.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Is Peter still there? I don't see him.
Hey.
No?
What do you see as the key risks in getting this off the ground and making this a commercial success?
Yeah. One risk, of course, for such a product is always the technical risk. The technology, there is always a possibility that technology might not perform as much as we expect to. So of course we will reach there, but probably the risk is that maybe more investment than we thought. That is one risk. Second risk is because we are planning to work through other manufacturers. So if the market is a bit challenging, so if they do not perform well, then it will come down to us. So these are the two risks I see.
Peter also has a question.
Okay. Yes, I'm online, I see. I've got a question, because you said the proof of your system is based on computer models. Is there not one demo model made already by a university who wants to invest in your product as well? Because I think it makes it much stronger if you have a demo model that shows it works. So that was question one. And the second one is, do you need permissions to put your turbines on roofs and on the streets and on other places where you want to put them later?
Yeah, first question, that is the immediate next step we are going for. We do not have a physical, a product yet. So we have two target universities. One is Delft University and second is DTU in Denmark. But of course, we are more keen with Delft University. I have contacted one professor already. So we are in so the immediate next step is to set up a project. So we are at that level, but it will not be a very long project. I mean, because it's already existing and the expertise is very strong. They can really bring it to readiness higher TRL level pretty quickly. And second thing, there is no clear-cut permissions schemes for urban wind turbines. For the larger ones, there is a clear-cut permitting scheme, but for smaller ones, not. But there are two companies in Netherlands already which are already installing small vertical turbines, mainly to charge vehicles.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Pranav, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Can you take this with you too? Okay. So now we have another very nice startup, and I see not the right presentation is now on front, so I will click it through. Yes. Yes, sometimes something is happening like this. And normally you will see Mike Rijkers presenting, and he's doing it very well. But this afternoon he's busy with another project. It's a very big project, Cupola XS. And Cupola XS is a co-working space, an innovation center on digitalization in the old prison building in Haarlem. So he's doing a hard hat tour. It's with a yellow hat on it this afternoon. And so he's now on the chat on YouTube, but he will leave early to do this. And then maybe we can do in the future presentations in the old prison building in Haarlem. So, well, the next presenter is already next to me. It's Kai from Bouwboom. So if you're ready, come on stage and go on pitching.
Yeah, I can start. Welcome, my name is Kai and I'm going to pitch about Bouwboom today. Did you know that there are over 200,000 construction companies in the Netherlands and half of them are freelancers? And this number is growing rapidly every year. Those freelancers were fired before by their former employers and are now hired back as a freelancer, but on project based and with all the risk and disadvantages for the freelancer. Yeah. But the construction business is booming. Construction companies do not have enough workmen. Ja, is goed. They're losing.
Ja, Mike zegt gewoon niks.
Zal ik deze sheet even opnieuw doen?
Ja, sorry, maar Mike zegt gewoon niks. Dus dan de kijkers thuis horen niks.
Oh, nee, dat moet ook niet. Dat moet wel overkomen.
Ja. Hoort nu mij ook niet? Ja?
Ja, hoor je mij ook?
Oké.
Oké.
En Mike en Kai, hoor je? Gaan ze praten?
Ja, hoor je me, Mike?
Je mag nog even opnieuw hoor, als je wil.
Helemaal opnieuw?
Ja, wat je wil.
Maakt mij niet uit. Wat? Oké.
Ja, doorgaan maar.
Ja? Is everything clear so far on?
Yeah.
Okay, that's important. This clicker. Okay, construction business is booming. A lot of construction companies do not have enough workmen at the moment. Sometimes they lose project or they have to postpone them because they cannot source them. So there's a high demand for skilled freelancers, but where to find them? On the other hand, there's the freelancer. He has to look for new business himself, but he lacks a network. On the other hand, he now has no insurance and no pension, which he has to take care of himself. And he suffers from income loss when a project is delayed or even cancelled. We offer a solution for both. Bouwboom creates a matchmaking system between construction companies and freelancers, and we will support the freelancer with things as administration, insurance, and even their pension. We are not an employment agency, we just ensure that supply and demand come together. Currently, we're in a pilot phase and we have a launching customer of around 15 people. We use Bouwboom on a daily basis, and we spoke to some companies who are willing to use Bouwboom and even want to pay for it. Our business model, we have a small subscription fee between 15 to 25 euros a month for the freelancer, and we will have an annual fee for the bigger construction companies. And extra services there can always be paid for. This is what we need, 350k for the next 24 months. We will develop and launch a working platform. We will bring Bouwboom onto the market and we create a good working support and back office. This is the team who are going to do it. Mart, the founder and a construction entrepreneur with more than 30 years experience, and he has a huge network. Maarten, co-founder, IT entrepreneur, and has started multiple businesses. And myself, as managing director, I have experience in sales and I worked in the construction business as well. So, this was my pitch. Thank you for listening. Questions?
Who are your biggest competitors? How do you compare your model with, for example, an application like Werkspot?
The big difference between us and Werkspot is Werkspot, is business to consumer and we are business to business. And one of the things is the freelancers are not necessarily good with making offers and selling their own stuff. So they want to work with big companies who already sold their stuff and need good hands to work with. So that's the biggest difference.
And within the B2B space, who are your competitors in the Netherlands?
Well, there is a company called Temper. They do some sort of similar stuff, but not in the construction business.
Interesting. Okay, cool. What do you see as the biggest challenges in the next 12 months in making this successful?
Develop the platform, and really develop a good working platform that people are willing to use and find handy to use and grab the phone. Oh, I can see tomorrow there's work and my other project is cancelled. Let's go to roll that out.
You have a technical co-founder, right? Are you building
Yeah.
the platform in-house or you're doing that out externally?
It's his responsibility to roll it out with his partners, yes.
Okay.
So we probably get some external help. But he is seeing that it goes well.
Okay, cool. And how do you go to market? So who do you sell to? Do you sell to the companies or do you sell to the freelancers primarily?
Yeah, we really thought about this and we wanted to start first with the companies because then you create project and then you have something really attractive for the freelancers. So we go for the companies first and we have we had some discussions with companies already.
And just from curiosity, what is the main objection that you hear in these sales pitches from companies?
That there is no platform yet. So they're interested, but there is nothing yet to really show them.
You mentioned, I see it as a matchmaking platform, but including all the pension, the insurance. How would that be organized? I mean, do you foresee any difficulties in including that as a service, or?
We want to offer it as a guidance, and my colleague Maarten is also in the chat, and maybe he can explain a little bit more about this situation.
Because I see it as a very complex area within this concept.
Yeah, that is the more, that's correct, that's the more complex area, and in the base it is a matchmaking platform, and that was really the pain we wanted to solve primarily.
What's your business model?
Subscriptions.
From? Who pays you?
The freelancers pay a small fee, and between 15 to 25 euros a month, and the construction companies will pay an annual fee. And if they take extras, for example, guidance in how to take care of the pension, the administration, there can be an extra charge.
And what is the freelancer getting for this 15 to 20 euros a month?
A huge network of, and he can, a huge network of bigger construction companies, so he can look for a project in his neighborhood or project which he's really good in or he really wants to do.
I just noticed that you always refer to construction people as male, but aren't there also female construction women?
There are a few, but not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, sorry, yeah.
It's my turn. Okay, I couldn't hear all the questions and answers quite well from here, so maybe I ask a question that was already asked a minute ago.
No problem.
Two questions. First, I think uitzendbureaus, I don't know the English word of that, might be a competitor for you as well, and I didn't hear you mention that. Could you explain that to me?
For the difference between us and an uitzendbureau, we don't have a contract with the freelancers. We just, and yeah, it's a bit difficult to explain in English. Maarten, maybe you can help me, but we don't give contracts to the freelancers. We are not an employment agency. We just ensure that they can see all the work that's out there by the construction companies. Did it? Yeah? Okay,
Another
perfect.
question is, I think to make your platform successful, you need a lot of construction companies, and you also need a lot of freelancers. And I think you have to grow both sides similarly. If there's not enough construction companies, then there's not enough work for all the freelancers. And if there's a lot of construction companies and there's no freelancers, it doesn't work at all. So how are you going to manage to grow very fast on both sides?
User network. We have a lot of we have contact with a lot of people who are use it, and we have a big list of freelancers willing to use this product. So we're going to use all our resources, network, marketing, all the tools available.
And how many contracts you have already with the construction companies and with freelancers?
We have no contracts, but we have spoken to 75, if I'm sure, if I'm correct. Yeah. Yeah.
In the chat, Maarten answered one of the questions. He's saying we will have an intermediate role in pensions and insurances. Choose for supplier will be with the contractor, and 99% is male. Freelancers do not want to work with AdSense bureaus. They prefer their own network. We are in a pilot phase with an MVP. So that's what Maarten said in the chat. And Mart is saying students and both. So I don't know where the answer both of is, but okay. Are there any more questions? Otherwise,
one final question.
Yes.
If
Yeah,
I
of
may.
course.
I'm just thinking. I mean, it's a great platform. It's a great solution, of course. But can you elaborate a bit more on the quality assurance? Because I think that once you launch this platform, you will get a lot of people subscriptions. But then again, these will be the same freelancers that will be there. I mean, is there a point system? Is there a tracking system which you can? Because if you facilitate pension insurances, of course, you also need to facilitate the quality assurance.
Yeah, that's really a dangerous thing, but we thought about it a lot. And our thoughts now are that we want to use some sort of reviewing system. I think that's the most honest way. Yeah, that's my answer. I hope it makes it clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
thank you. Kai.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, and the next presenter is sort of a solution for being lonely, maybe getting older, maybe something to do with health. And the name is very nice and maybe suitable for the 1st of April. I really like the name. So welcome to the next pitcher, Timo Berger.
Let me check if it works. Perfect. All right, you are getting older. On average, you'll live to be 80 years old. Amazing, right? But what if I told you that there's a 50% chance you'll get lonely, and even an 86% chance that you will move way too little when living in a nursing home, and that as a result, that the quality of your life will go down? Would you want that? Well, at Limeg, we believe in making the life of elders more fun, more active, and more exciting. Cycling safely from your own chair through the park around the corner, or even on the other side of the Netherlands. This is possible by putting self-produced 360-degree videos on VR headsets and thus looking for all kinds of beautiful memories. By placing a cycling system in front of their chair, elderly, like Agnes, can cycle different routes together with the virtual cycling buddy. This virtual cycling buddy tells Agnes something about the area and encourages her to keep on cycling. And that is what differs us from the rest. Contact whilst being on the move. We are creating a new interaction resulting in less loneliness. But I can see you thinking it already. Isn't virtual reality way too difficult for elderly? And we agree, but we also found the solution. The videos are remotely controlled from a tablet. For Agnes, it's as simple as sitting down, starting to cycle, and to just enjoy. We've contacted hospitals, healthcare insurance companies, and nursing homes, and found out that the most interest comes from within the nursing homes. And after finding this out, we got to test within 5 nursing homes, and in the meantime, our first customer, which is also a nursing home, joined the revolution. And they joined the revolution based on a subscription model. And by using this model, Limech generates a monthly recurring income based on a yearly or a 2-year contract. My name is Timo, and together with Jerry and Giovanni, we're a strong team of 3 young and combative entrepreneurs, helping the elderly to get a more active, fun, happier and healthier perspective on life. Well, from my experience within Starlet, which is a healthcare company, I found out that the fatality of elderly can decrease drastically. And the reason I want to help elders become more vital is because I love to build something that matters. But most of all, I get the feeling that I matter. I'm finding inner peace whilst working on this cause, and yeah, I'm finally in the right place and I'm willing to work my ass off in order to stay there. So, cycling safely from your own chair throughout the Netherlands and in the most beautiful places is possible with Limech. Because remember, age is just a number, or in Dutch, leeftijd is maar een getal. Thank you.
I have one question.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe for my own orientation. Is the cycling system connected as a simulator with virtual reality?
Not yet. No, not yet. For right now, it's just you keep on cycling, and the virtual reality body inside of the you see on the headset is trying to encourage the one who's cycling to keep on moving. And for a later stadium, we're trying to connect the VR headset to the cycling system. So as soon as someone stops with cycling, that the headset says, "Come on, you need to keep on going."
Okay. Your business model. I mean, how do you think of making money with this?
For right now, we're renting it out, so we're based on a yearly or 2-year contract, and they pay us per month. So, well, it's like for now it's starting at 150 euros a month, and right now we're putting it in well at a very low price because we're trying to generate a lot of market share. Because well, for now the idea is easy to copy. So we're trying to generate a lot of market share so that we're, well, kind of immediately a big player.
Cool. I think it's a very sympathetic idea. I like it a lot. Can you tell me a little bit more about your insight of, you mentioned you were working in a healthcare company.
Yes.
What sort of, triggered your passion for this problem, and why cycling with a VR solution?
Yes, well, it started out as a school project. And there was something, we tried to do something with virtual reality, and well, at first we thought it might be something to help snowboarders and skiers, but we found out that most snowboarders and skiers are like, they go down a mountain 4 times and after that they drink a beer and it's like, alright, let's après ski. So, alright, and we thought, we saw someone else doing it with elderly, and we thought, alright, maybe this is a good, those ideas can be combined. And after, well, trying something out and testing, we found out that, well, the elders in residential care center and nursing homes, that they are just, well, a lot of them move way too little, and, well, 50%, 1 out of 2, feels lonely. So in that way we thought, all right, why not combine the both and, well, try to figure out in which way we can help the elders by, well, getting a better perspective on life.
Yeah. What would you say is most defensible about your company? Because, for example, Peloton and I think a lot of other tech companies have invented VR plus cycling. So there are more and more sports where you can actually do sports through VR.
Yeah.
What in the case of Limech is what is most defensible? Is it the content, the video content that you produce? Is it the concept as a whole? How do you see that?
Yeah, for us right now it's indeed the videos, but the videos with inside a virtual cycling buddy. Because for right now there indeed are some companies who are producing a virtual reality, but most of them are in virtual worlds. And what we're doing right now is we're creating real life images, so routes from the real world. And next to that we're placing a cycling buddy who tells something about the area and interacts with the one who's wearing the VR headset.
Yeah.
So I guess in that way that's how we're defensible.
Yeah, so you're primarily really a production, a VR content production company.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And maybe one final question for me. What are the key competences within your team?
Within our team, the three of us, we all have a background in some sort of business school.
Okay.
So I'm studying business studies, and Jerry and Giovanni are both studying sport management and business, or entrepreneurship. And in that way, we're trying to implement everything we've learned in the business. But of course, there are some, because the three of us were pretty young still, so there are always things we still can and need to learn.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, Peter.
Yeah, I got a question, Timo, for you.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of competition that offers. I hear myself double now.
All right. Well, I can hear you just once, so.
Okay. I'll try to ask my question again. There's a lot of competition, I think, for exercises for the elderly people in recovery houses and so. And so there's a lot of choice they can make. And why do you think they are going to adopt your product? And do you already have some entrances in those target group that want to do pilots with you?
Yes, well, I guess why they want to choose for us is because we're counteracting loneliness whilst we're implementing movement. We found out that all of our competitors are right now focused on the movement part, so they're cycling alone or they're doing some sort of activities on their own. And right now we're trying to implement someone who talks to them, so counteracting the loneliness. And we found out that when two elderly they cycled the same route, that after they found out that they both cycled the same route, that creates a lot of interaction between the two elders. So in that way, I guess whilst we're counteracting we're making them stimulate to move more, also counteracting the loneliness is a big part. And to answer the question about the pilots, we've already worked with 5 nursing homes, and we found out that due to Corona it's a bit difficult to get in. But once we're in, we found out that there's a lot of positivity coming from the movement coordinators within the nursing homes. So in that way, we're getting a lot of stimulation to keep on going.
All right. One more question. Like insurance companies, it might be interesting for them as well, who's improving the health of the elderly people.
Yes.
Do you have contacts already with insurance companies?
Not a lot. We're still trying to figure out how we can make sure that we can infiltrate inside the healthcare insurance companies, and we're still trying to figure out in which way we can do that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you, Timo. Well, you maybe think they're not wearing any head mouth masks, but we all did a fast COVID test up front. We went into the room, and we're very happy that this is possible, so we can still a little bit be together and see each other's face. So now we have a very short break. We're going to set up a Zoom meeting with ShareShot, from one app. So we will be back in 10 minutes to see the last pitch. And after that we have a jury deliberation. And after that we will announce who will be the finalists. So stay online and we'll be back within 10 minutes. So go have a break yourself too. Okay. Welcome everybody back to the semifinals of Present Your Startup. We have our last pitcher online and it's ShareShot from OneApp. ShareShot, if you want to go, you can pitch now.
Right. Hi everyone, I'm Sherzad. I'm a co-founder and CEO of OneApp. It's been a little over a month since we launched our platform, and we have hundreds of companies and job seekers registered on our platform. And to understand why so many companies and applicants love our product, I'd like to tell you a story about OneApp. So around the same time last year, I was finishing my final semester of university, and it was a hectic period, which left very little time for me to apply for jobs. What's more, the job application process proved to be very tedious. In order to apply for a job online, I first had to create several accounts on different job boards. After finding a suitable vacancy, pressing the apply button would take me on the employer's site, where I would have to create yet another account in order to access the application form. The application form itself takes anywhere from half an hour to 2.5 hours. And I would have to repeat this process over and over again for every single vacancy. Turns out I wasn't the only one facing this problem. Every year, over 50 million recent graduates apply for their first job. In order for them to get one job offer, they spend over 250 hours on their job applications. That's enough time to get a pilot's license. So my colleague and my friend created a universal application platform that is a one-stop shop for employers and applicants. Our straightforward application process allows applicants to fill out one application to apply to multiple jobs. And our application process is quick. How quick? It's 60 times faster than the best market alternatives. So we made this complicated and tedious application process very straightforward. Our business model ensures that we have profitability without compromising the user growth, which is very important for our platform. Together with the talented and experienced team members, we're changing the way people apply for their jobs. The online job application market is growing very rapidly, and we want to become the platform where employers and applicants meet each other. In order to do that, we're asking for your help, for your network, and an investment of 7% in our company in exchange for 180,000 euros. To understand why we're the best application platform out there, I'm inviting everybody to visit our website and check out what we do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sherzad, for your pitch. I was just wondering, so how would this work? Because, I mean, say for example, I'm a student, I want to work in accounting. Every accounting firm has their own application process and might ask slightly different questions. What would be my user journey, my experience as an applicant using OneApp?
All right, so on OneApp, first you would fill out the whole application telling about your job experience, your personal details, and you would apply for, say, accounting jobs on different platforms. And you can do that by having one application. And a lot of people ask us, like, why are you guys better since everybody has their own system? And it really reminds me of like a banking system before Visa and MasterCard became a thing, where every bank had their little small like system that didn't allow you to use different different cards. You have to use different cards in different places. So we're trying to actually make a really unified platform where all the companies will try to make the best of every applicant they have.
So basically, you would, say for example, in the case of accounting, you would look at all the questions that the different accounting firms are using and then create a single questionnaire, which then allows you to send a single application to all of these 10 different companies. Is that right?
No, it's actually not. Like the point of actually OneApp is not to digitize the current processes or try to, bring everything together. Our actually point is to change the way people apply for jobs. Because you said, yeah, different accounting firms, they do have different questions. But what we have is, if you're a company that wants to ask extra questions on top of the standard application we have, we will charge you some money in order to do that. Because by asking extra questions, you're delaying the time it takes for people to apply for jobs.
Yeah.
So that's why we're trying to ensure that companies at some point, they will have certain standard questions that will allow them to filter our applicants. And after interviewing a lot of HR officers, we realized that the most applications are filtered out on the very basic stage, where people ask about your work experience or personal details. So like extra questions that could be asked on interviews, or companies could take more time to ensure that they test a new applicants or they have some other more complex problems. But we truly believe that asking, random, like not random, but asking extra questions during the application stage is very counterintuitive, and is really stops the efficiency of application process for both companies and for applicants.
And who pays you?
Who pays us? Let's go to the business model stage. First, we have the pay-per application. So we allow applicants to have 25 free applications now to check out the platform to see if they like it or not. And after that, they will pay €9 per 50 application bundle. We also have pro features for employers. So for example, if you were trying to hire somebody as soon as possible, let's say you need an accountant on Monday. In that case, you can actually look into our application pool and try to pick out the most experienced or most qualified person from there, and you can hire them straight away. They don't have to apply to you to do that. For that, we're also charging companies. And we also have freemium features for applicants. For example, if you want to make your application stand out, you can have a video cover letter, or you can have a verified points in your application. For example, if you say you scored X on your exam, then we'll ask you to attach your exam scores so that we can verify that your contents of applications are actually true.
25 applications sounds quite a lot. You must be a pretty poor candidate not to score a job out of 25 applications, or not. What's the average?
So average, actually, there was a study done by TalentWorks. So if you're applying for a job online, it takes you anywhere from 100 to 250 job applications in order to land a one job offer.
Wow.
So, and of course, it actually goes both ways. So for example, if you're very inexperienced, if it's your first job you're applying to, then for you, it's going to be a larger number. But let's say if you're an executive and you have a large work experience, then probably you're not the one who's going to use job boards. You'll probably get a job through your network. So we're really appealing to younger people who are just out of university. They want to get their work experience. They don't have a lot of things that that can help them to get a job. And yet, these are the people that have least amount of time because they're finishing their university. And for them, this platform could be very useful.
I was wondering about the team. Does any of you have experience in HR?
No. Like the point of this platform, we're not a HR platform because we are actually helping users, the applicants, to apply for jobs. And for example, all of my team members, the way we found our first job was through finding it online. And as far as I remember, like me finding my first job was very, very time consuming. And last year of university, you have so many other problems going on. So this is like the focal point of your final year of university. And for us, we don't have HR experience, but we have experience of our users, which I think is very important because a lot of platforms out there, they're made for HR officers, but are really, really uncomfortable or inefficient to use as an applicant.
What proof do you have at the moment that both employees as well as employers want one app?
I don't think there's a better proof than attraction. So as I said before, it's been a little over a month, and we have over right now, actually these numbers are a little outdated. As far as I checked, we had over 150 companies and over 500 job seekers using our site. And we also have this pop-up. Actually, if you apply for 25 plus jobs, you have a pop-up which asks you to fill out your payment details. And in there, we try to see how many people would fill in their payment details. Of course, we don't save it, but we check how many people did it to see how many people would be willing to pay $9 per 50 applications. And as far as I checked, it was 163 job seekers that actually said that they're willing to pay $9, and they already filled out their payment details, thinking that they will pay for their applications. So so far, I think this is a great way to show our traction, and we haven't paid for any advertisements. We did no marketing at all to get those numbers.
Peter is also online. He's saying that Jacqueline asked the question he wanted to ask.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry, Peter.
Okay, so it's following on YouTube. Okay.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Then ShareShot, thank you very much for your presentation from Uzbekistan. And follow the YouTube if you're one of the next participants in the finals. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
Okay. Well, Peter is over there, Jacqueline and Prakash. The jury members going to deliberate now who are the finalists. And we're discussing at this moment if there will be 4 or 3 finalists. And we just decided that it will only be 3. So that's more honest to be 50% in the finals. So it will be very challenging at the moment. So we will be back hopefully within 5 or 10 minutes. We don't know, but as soon as possible. So stay tuned to see who will be the finalists. allemaal vanaf of nog niet?
Wel.
Ah, vanaf? Kun je van hier? Yeah, a little bit. And then a little bit. Yeah, okay. Now I can see everybody. Sorry. Oké, en nou moet ik nog ergens hier zo. Yes, is this good?
Yep.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to the announcement of the finalists. We just made a little bit of a 1st of April joke, so we will choose 4 finalists instead of 3. We want to make it a little bit challenging. But first I'm going to give Jacqueline van den Ende. She will say something about the startups and who will be the 4 who go to the finals. So Jacqueline,
I will announce who will go to the finals.
if you want.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks all for participating. I was really impressed with the quality of your pitches. I mean, you got really good training by Present Your Startup, but these are all really great storytelling, and I think you all, your idea really came across very well. I'll briefly give you a little bit of feedback, both good and critical per company, because I think, feedback is always great, whether you win or whether you don't win. I mean, the whole journey of building a company is all about the learning experience. So Movely, I think, it's something that we as a jury really loved about your company is that it's really a passion project. You live and breathe events, and I think, the whole team coming along here really proves that. And so I think there's great sort of founder market fit in what you're trying to do. So that's something I love. I think what is most challenging for you guys is the business model. You really need to figure out how are you going to make money, but when you figure that out, and I think you have great traction with your company, so that's something that we appreciated, and that's one challenge to address. And if you address it, you can make it really big. Whoomp, reverse auctions, right? I think it's that's an e-commerce idea that could be really big, and I think that has a lot of potential. It has also been proven at scale in other countries. I think. Our key build for you is, there's not so much experience or e-commerce experience in the team. There's not much traction yet, so it's a big idea. But you still need to fill in the details on how you're going to make it happen, but an idea with loads of potential. OmniWind, that's one very close to my heart. I'm a climate investor, so I super love these kind of solutions. I think the impact that you can have is really great. I think our key question is, how are you going to protect this business and make sure you don't get copied by everybody? How do you ensure IP protection and get to the market with a defensible business model? But I think it has a lot of potential. Bouwboom, I think very logical solution. I think also in your case, the whole team comes from the construction center. You know this business. You already have a big list of potential customers and freelancers. So I think your expertise in the market is going to make you successful. I think our main question as a jury is, how are you going to make this really big beyond the network that you already have? Limech, also a wonderful idea. I can really see how this will bring happiness to the lives of elderly people. And I think, again, this is not inventing the wheel again, but I think the way that you do it is very sympathetic, very relevant, and I can also see a great business opportunity in this. So I like it a lot. And one app, now I guess on Zoom, the hiring market is definitely a massive market with a lot of opportunity, loads of competition as well. But something that I like about one app is that I can absolutely relate to the problem of having to go through applications and filling in your details every time and again, and I can see how one app can make that easier. So first of all, I'd love to congratulate you for taking on the role of entrepreneurship. That is a big step, it's a daring step, and it's just incredibly cool, and I hope you enjoy the journey wherever it takes you. As to the winners, we selected the following winners to continue into the next round. The first and one of our favorites as a jury was OmniWind. Congratulations. A second and no less favorite, with a great solution, Limech. Our third winner with primarily, first of all, great team, Movely. And the fourth and last finalist is One App. Yeah.
So, like Jacqueline already told you, you're all winners. So sorry for the two. We're not going to the finals. This is not always a nice moment for us as an organization, because we all think you worked very hard and you all have great ideas, otherwise you were not here. So Woomp and Bouwboom, thank you very much for joining us. And hopefully we were wrong, the jury was wrong about your startup, and you will be very big. So congratulations everybody. We're going to quit with the live stream, so we're going to say goodbye to this camera over there. But first I want to thank the jury members, also Peter Vonk, he is still online and watching. And thank you all for participating. So I'm going to turn. Thank you all for watching the semifinals, and follow us on YouTube or any other social channel, and follow the stories of our startups. See you soon.